Right now, something historic is exploding in the American military. 4 generations locked in the same fucking brutal fight. Boomers, Gen X, Millennials, and Gen motherfucking Z. Boomers witnessed the Iranian Revolution blow up in '79. They saw the regime's birth, the hostage crisis, the spark of this endless war. Now they are the battle-hardened advisors and strategists who know exactly how this shit started. Gen X owns the strategic command. Colonels, generals, officers calling the shots across massive regions. They grew up watching the Cold War crumble. Now they are scripting the rules for today's high-stakes chaos. Millennials form the operational core. Company commanders, platoon leaders, senior NCOs holding the motherfucking line. They've led through 2 decades of post-9/11 building the grit that fuels today's ops. Take Pete Hegseth, a millennial vet who fought tactical and strategic in the wars, now running strategy like a boss.
Smells like victory.
Did someone say Gen Z? They are the razor-sharp edge, drone pilots, cyber warriors, the young file and rank of the motherfucking infantry. Pink hair, tattoos, not knowing what gender sometimes, guys marrying guys, women marrying women. In infantry units, they really don't give a fuck. They're fucking sitting there ready to pop some Islamic extremist heads like motherfucking cherries, ready to unleash hell if called upon.
I just wanted to say one thing. God bless America. And God bless all of you.
Right now, Iran's on fire. Boomers remember the revolutionary inferno of 1979. Millennials grew up through the war on terror. And Gen Z is watching the next chapter unfold in real time. This is day 9 of the US-Israel-Iran clash. And the past few days of the conflict have pushed it even further. It started with a diplomatic shot across the bow. President Trump rejected the United Kingdom's offer to send aircraft carriers to the Middle East, calling out Prime Minister Keir Starmer directly. That's okay, Prime Minister Starmer. We don't need them any longer, but we will remember.
What do you think of this post on Truth Social overnight? And does it mark an absolute end to the special relationship? And does that matter?
It's scathing, isn't it, Anne? I mean, reading what he said, the United Kingdom, our once great ally, once great, and the greatest of them all, is finally giving serious thought to sending 2 aircraft carriers to the Middle East. That's okay, Prime Minister Starmer. We don't need them any longer, but we will remember. I mean, it couldn't really be more scathing, more cutting if he wanted it to.
We don't need people to join wars after we've already won. Trump also criticized the UK for initially blocking use of its air bases during the opening strikes, a move the administration says slowed the first phase of the operations. Let's stop right here for a second, because I want to point something out about this. He doesn't even have the balls enough to stand behind his original statement. He didn't want to help. He didn't want to be a part of this. At least have the balls to stand behind what you originally preached. Don't try to come in here after the fact, after public opinion's turned against you, and try to change your opinion. Everybody sees exactly what you're doing. You're a fucking pussy, Starmer. Britain, do something about your fucking leader, man. He's weak. With that being said, let's get back to our initial segment. For the last 48 hours, the skies above Tehran and Isfahan erupted again. U.S. and Israeli strikes targeted oil infrastructure, sending plumes of fire near Azadi Tower and Mehrabad Airport. Total war. We are taking out their infrastructure. Trump told the Iranian people straight up, it is on you. You will not have this opportunity to self-determination again for a few generations. So what is my political analysis here? We're going to bomb the ever-living fuck out of their infrastructure and anything that matters. That way, whatever fills the vacuum, if it's not the people and their right to self-determination under Prince Reza Pahlavi, we're going to make sure whatever rises has nothing it can use. This is total war. We have not seen this since World War II. Millennials, Gen X, none of you have been alive for a war conducted in this manner. Some of you might have a glimpse of an idea of what it's like, but even Vietnam was not conducted in this manner. This is how you conduct a war to win. And if you are going to have an enemy rise up in its place, you make sure it has nothing it can fucking use. Large parts of the capital experienced power outages and blackouts as refineries and fuel depots burned. Iran responded with missile launches across the region, claiming they struck a U.S. base in Bahrain. Iran is bragging about hundreds of American casualties and captured troops. Remember, anything coming out of the Iranian regime needs to be taken with a massive grain of salt. Washington says those claims are pure propaganda and denies that any U.S. soldiers were captured. Inside Iran, the political situation is getting even more unstable. After the killing of the Ayatollah Khamenei, the regime's leadership council is scrambling to determine who takes power next. Kind of hard when we keep killing them. One name circling inside the system, Mushataba, I don't give a fuck how I pronounce that name, Khamenei. But Israel has warned that any successor connected to the war effort remains a potential target. I wouldn't say potential, like we're gonna fucking kill you. Like we're not holding back. Meanwhile, President Pezeshkian, how do you pronounce that name? So I'm not even gonna try with our fucking enemy. Region, pressure keeps building. Iran's proxy forces are threatening escalation across the Red Sea shipping lanes. A blast damaged the U.S. Embassy in Oslo, with Norwegian authorities investigating it as a possible deliberate attack. Oil infrastructure across the Gulf states is on high alert. Russia reportedly providing Iran intelligence about U.S. military activity. China is watching nervously as the war begins to tighten global oil markets, and the United States is warning that the conflict could expand into a much wider regional war. I think we made a pretty good fucking example of what happens when you fuck with the United States fucking military. Come and fucking get some, motherfuckers. We got fucking Gen Xers, Boomers, Gen Zers, and my fucking generation, Millennials, right there in the middle, who grew up and saw all this shit start. Fuck you. We're coming for you, motherfuckers. Don't even try it. Inside Iran itself, blackouts continue. Protests are spreading, and reports now place the death toll above 1,200 people. But even through the chaos, voices across generations are rising. They know this regime is full of shit.
It began inside Iran. On January 7th and 8th, 2026, millions went into the streets after Prince Reza Pahlavi called for action. They openly declared him as their leader. No other name was heard in those crowds, not one. Then came the crackdown. The regime responded with force. More than 40,000 people were killed. After that, Prince Reza Pahlavi made another call, this time to Iranians living outside the country. In 3 major cities, Munich, Toronto, and Los Angeles, huge crowds gathered. More than 1 million Iranians in the diaspora answered that single call. When that many people stand together, it is hard to say the movement is divided.
Boomers, Gen X, Millennials, Gen Z, all watching the same crisis unfold. This confrontation didn't start this week. It didn't start this year. It's been building across generations. And to understand what we are watching right now, you have to zoom out and look at how this conflict has shaped 4 generations of Americans. Boomers, Gen X, Millennials, Gen Z. 4 generations of badass Americans, one unbreakable military. And the world better watch. We are built to fucking win.
14 of my West Point classmates are no longer here. They died in the global war on terror. They didn't see the age of 26 years old. By the way, all 14 of them were white males. And when they gave their last full measure, I can assure you, they didn't die for white people or for black people or for Hispanic people or for Asian people. They died for you. They died for all Americans. This is the fight that we face every single day.
Getting rid of terrorism, I know that. If I can save one American from getting hurt, then I'm doing my job. I don't care about my life, I care about my family's lives. That's the only reason I'm here. I come back here in an instant. I hate every day being here, but it's for my family.
It is incumbent upon every single person in this room to honor their sacrifice and to continue to find ways to serve for those who are no longer here to serve for themselves. And if you're here, that means you're in the fight with us.
CNN is the first American network allowed into Iran since the beginning of the war. Our senior international correspondent, Fred Pleitgen, and his team are in Tehran. And we should note But CNN can only operate in Iran with government approval. Here is Fred's report from the streets of Tehran from a few hours ago, just before some of the most recent attacks were launched against the country.
There have been a lot of airstrikes here on Tehran today. A lot of the shops here are closed and have been closed since the military confrontation started exactly a week ago. I'd say about 20% of the shops might be open. So what we've done today is we've gone to a couple of shops, spoken to the shopkeepers and also some customers just to see how they're faring.
We are definitely worried about our lives, but we have no other choice. This is my occupation, and it's about providing daily foodstuff. We cannot close the shop. We have to go to work, but with fear, while not knowing what may happen.
Well, everyone is scared. Those are bombs. It's no joke. When there's a bombing, everyone thinks of how they love their life. I'm not saying we're not afraid. Of course we are. Anyone who says they're not afraid is lying, because every human being values their life.
A drastic decline in customers at this fruit shop as well.
Our sales now are about a quarter or a fifth of what they used to be. 70 or 80% of our customers are businesses. When the war broke out, all of the companies, foreign and Iranian, closed down.
Now, the people here, of course, have already also heard that President Trump has vowed to continue to hit Iran hard, as he put it, as he demands what he calls unconditional surrender, while at the same time, the leadership of this country has said unconditional surrender is out of the question.
And that's our Fred Pleiken on the streets of Tehran. And we are very grateful for his reporting.
المطار دخل مطار المطار ندخل يا ولاد ضله المطار ضله المطار ندخل ضله المطار المطار ده ينعم تحرك 200 المطار يا رب الله يا يا الله يو يا قرب الله
يا ابوي وصلنا الطلق.
Okay, guys, we got to get off the roof. These are coming down right next to us here. They're coming down. One just about. We got to go inside.
وين اخوي؟ ايتيتي؟ كيف؟ اوي اوي اي مالك اليمين قام
נפילות אחי, נפילות של החיים בנבטים. נפילות בנבטים אחי. נפילות קשות בנבטים, שומע? וואו, 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 וואו. וואו! הכל נופל לנבטים, אני אומר לך מתקפה אחת החזקות. אימאלה, 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 זהו, למקלט.
תבדעו.
Okay, that looked like some shit coming straight out of Dune right there at the end. But hey, if you stuck around this long, I appreciate the support. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'm not having any video, audio equipment. I'm just outside chilling out on my front porch. I'd like to be able to do this full time, maybe even find myself on the ground in the situation, bringing you guys what's going on in these places. No bullshit, just as I see it. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good rest of your day and enjoy your lovely Sunday. Fucking Monday. Get ready. Work.